out my screen. Oh, there we go. Got it. I just didn't want to have it not work because I hadn't pressed got it. So good morning, everybody. Thank you, Emily, for that introduction. I hope today you find out why I'm always saying live young, no matter what your age. That is my goal, and I hope it becomes yours as well. So let me tell you a little bit about what I do. I am a mind-body nutrition coach. So what's behind that? I have 15 years of nutrition experience. I am trained in eating psychology, which is your relationship with food. I am a gut-brain health expert. I partner with a company called Amari Global, the mental wellness company that has targeted nutraceuticals to heal the gut and the brain. And I am working on my certification in a psychosensory technique called havening, which is a way to release trauma from the brain. I'm like a compassionate Sherlock Holmes. That's how I visualize myself. So when you meet with me as a client, we definitely talk about what are you eating? And then we talk a lot about what's eating you. And we develop strategies and I give you tools so that you can actually make changes. And the goal is freedom around food, freedom from health complaints. And that is my goal. And I have been successful in doing that with many, many clients over the years. So I want to get into my why. My career is very eclectic. I started out with my MBA and was in corporate America, stayed home with my kids for a while, was a high school teacher until I got tired of saying, did you do your homework? And that's when I quit and went back into corporate world. But then something happened that really changed the trajectory of my life. And 3 people really influenced why I am now a nutrition coach. One is my first love, Tom Noyes, who I was married to for 29 years, and my big brother, Doug, both of whom sadly died in their early 50s from obesity-related heart attacks. And then the other person who inspired me was my firstborn, Alex. At age 19, he developed Crohn's disease, and it really propelled me into the nutrition field because I had the passion of a mother to find out how I could help him. And why do I want to live young no matter what my age? I have a lot of reasons to live young. One is my husband, Bob. We've been married for 7 years. God gave me a second chance at love, and we are having a blast, and we're definitely still in the honeymoon. And then my son, Alex, married a lovely lady, Molly, and gave me a beautiful grandson, Harry. And then I also have a daughter who lives down here in North Carolina, and she has a beau named Gavin. And I also have 4 stepchildren. So I have a lot of reasons to want to stay young. So today I want to talk about how to opt out of aging. Who doesn't want to do that? The good news is science is really exploding in this area, and we're coming to a really good, deep knowledge of why the body ages, how the body ages, and how to slow down the process. And I want to give you 3 kind of takeaways today. One, and they're all good news, by the way. One is that your genes are the setup, but lifestyle determines your destiny. And number 2, your brain can be forever young. And 3, community is the miracle grow for staying young. So let me introduce you to the field of epigenetics. And epigenetics is the study of how your genetics cross with environment to create a health outcome. And Dr. Mark Hyman, who is a very famous in the wellness field, has said 90% of our current health is controlled by environment in which we bathe our genes. The food we eat, our exercise regimen, our resilience in the face of stress, and our exposure to environmental toxins. So again, genes set you up, but lifestyle determines your destiny. And all of those factors are working together to create your current health. So I want to pull out one thing because I feel like this is perhaps the most powerful of them all, and that is what you eat. Food is information to your genes. And one of the most important things that you can do is eat food that keeps your blood sugar even. And I call it slow food. It's also called low glycemic food. And basically, it's the composition is protein, fat, and fiber. And those are three pictures that sort of represent what that is. But the whole thing is when you eat in a way that keeps your blood sugar even, unlike the American standard diet where we're eating refined carbohydrates and sugar that take us up and down, that ends up really damaging the body and the brain. It's the precursor for diabetes, heart disease, and even dementia. So to keep it really simple, and by the way, I have a handout on this if you'd like to let me know. Eat real food, mostly plants, not too much. That was Michael Pollan, author of The Omnivore Dilemma. It is really where it's at. So next, I'm going to say that your brain can be forever young. And for Robert, I picked out this picture
2 minutes,
of Elizabeth.
Susan. 2 minutes, Susan.
Okay, thank you. So Robert, Queen Elizabeth for you. And just as I said, all those lifestyle factors really set your brain up for being optimal. And I want to tease out one particular thing in that, and it's called Bdnf. It's a protein in the brain that regenerates brain cells. And you can do all those good lifestyle, makes your brain very rich in Bdnf. And I also want to talk about a word called Tropics. You may be seeing them. They're very hip in the supplement world right now. And those are substances that are cognitive enhancers. And there's a lot of junk out there because a lot of them just, use caffeine and things like that. But you've probably seen me drink my morning rosé. This is a product that actually one of the ingredients is palm fruit extract. And it has been shown in clinical trials to support a 22% increase in Bdnf, which is the thing that helps your brain cells regenerate. And it also inhibits beta amyloid aggregation, which that is the stuff, the sticky stuff that fouls up the brain and creates Alzheimer's. So yes, please, I have this at least once or twice a day to stay young. Now, lastly, is community is a miracle grow for staying young. And I have a picture of my dear mother, Jean Crawford, who is 96 and a half, same age as Queen Elizabeth. And she has mastered this live young to a very old age. She has mastered Facebook and Zoom at 96. She is an actor in a play reading group. She beats the competition in Rummikub. She played Wii bowling with the great grands and won. She is a lifelong giver, always outward focused, always focused on other people. And she is also a lifelong learner, doing crosswords and reading and doing all of those things to keep herself really sharp. So for you, the good news is your genes are not your destiny. You can regenerate your brain all through life. And when you stay engaged in community, you indeed will live young no matter what your age. Thank you, and I will take questions now.
That was awesome. Thank you so much for that. Why don't you go and share your screen for us? Oh.
There we go.
Does anybody have any questions for Susan this morning? Jessica's got her hand up already. Go for it, Jessica.
Hi, Susan. So what happened to Happy Juice? Is this rosé the replacement of what we drink?
Happy Juice is the edge, which is what the product I was just talking about. Plus, I also add in the Mentobiotics and the energy. So it is like a triple play.
Oh, okay.
I drink it at least once or twice a day.
And
And I am telling you, it makes me super sharp.
Okay, cool.
That's awesome. Anybody else? So I have a question for you, Susan.
Yeah.
When you started this, were you already committed to being healthy, or was it because of your son? Was it because, did you ease into it, or was it something that has always been a part of your life?
Well, I mean, I think I kind of led kind of an average like life. I wasn't, but I wasn't into health. I didn't know really anything about functional nutrition. And it was through my son that I really dug deep, especially with gut health. And then it trickled down to me. You know, I started adding in more healthy things. I mean, I used to be, when I was a teacher, I drank like a pot of coffee in the morning, had like a sandwich and chips and all that for lunch, and then came home, poured myself a glass of wine and had a big bowl of potato chips while I fixed dinner. Like, I mean, I was not like living the dream when it came to health. But as I learned, I realized, oh, wait a minute. And so really, it was in my 40s that I really like changed my ways, if you will. And it was because of my son. You know, there's nothing like a mother's passion. Like, I would have done anything for him, you know. So.
That was great. Justine.
Hey, so I'm a big fan of Susan's and we talk quite frequently. So my daughter Clover has been on it for, what's it been, 4-5 months now? So Clover has really hard digestive system and it's landed her in the ER at least once because we thought she had pancreatitis. Here she just had a lot of clogged pooper. So just huge digestive issues. So I was talking to Susan, you know, talking about like gut health, which I was aware of, but I didn't really think about it in a child as much as I've always thought about it for myself. So she's been on the product. She takes her own little kid happy juice in the morning and asks for it and loves it. She always calls it her belly juice. So nice little cocktail for a toddler. So I really liked it too. My other two are a little jealous, but I'm like, one at a time, kids. Let your sister have something of her own.
I love to talk about poop, by the way. If you ever want to talk about your poop, let me know.
Jim, why don't you round us out and then we'll move on.
So is this Happy Juice something that you sell, or is this something that's commercially available in stores?
Only me, I sell it. Yeah, it's a product of Amari Global, and they're amazing products. And I have a high regard for nutraceuticals, and they deliver.
Awesome. Thank you again, Susan. It was wonderful. I'm going to get the recording now.